Hi there, my name is Abigail Morrison, and this is my parental rights and special education presentation for all of you guys. I am with USD 428 Jefferson Elementary here in Great Bend, Kansas. To start us off, let's go over just a little bit of the history of special education and some of the laws. In 2000, the Supreme Court declared that the liberty interest of parents in the care, custody, and control of their children is perhaps the oldest of fundamental liberty interests recognized by the courts. Moving forward, some of the laws that really stood out to me that I would like for you guys to uh, also know as well or be introduced to is in 1925, the parental rights. Those who nurture and influence the student's destiny have the right to recognize and prepare that student for any additional obligations. And then in 1972, the Supreme Court ruled that the primary role of parents is the upbringing of that child. And then the Supreme Court also ruled in 1979, just a few short years later, that parents make judgments that are in the best interest of their children. So parents are always, they always know their children best, and they will continue to have a say in what happens with that child. And then looking at this, what is the definition of a parent? So here we have a parent could be a biological parent, a parent could be an adopted parent, an appointed educational advocate, a foster parent, a legal guardian. Oftentimes I work in a very low poverty type setting type school, and we have a lot of children that are between foster parents, and we often have to ask, who is the legal guardian of this child? So it does happen, and it's good to know what that definition truly stands for. So then we start talking about the parent rights. So the school has to provide the parents with information. So according to this, at least one time in the school year, to refer or initiate a parent's request for an evaluation, a formal complaint or due process complaint will be filed in the school year, and then a disciplinary removal from the school that constitutes change upon a parent request. So then we have the parents have the right to. Parents will have many rights. We all know this. And so, according to this, parents have the right and will always have the right to examine all student records whenever requested or at any time. They will receive written notices in their native language to help ensure that they understand what is going on with their child, when it is taking place, and how the school is trying to improve increase the student achievement. And then they will present any complaints with respect in regards to the student. So during an IEP meeting, if a parent does not agree with something the parent will present any complaints respectfully. And then the parent at all times, they do have the right to consent or refuse to an evaluation or a reevaluation with the student. So the parents always have choices. The parents have rights. The parents have a voice in everything. Sorry about that, guys. Little technology here. So then one way a parent is notified about something is a written notice. Oftentimes I see this go home in book bags and in those manila envelopes. The special education teachers will drop them off or they'll be mailed. There's a variety of ways, but it is always in a written notice. And it'll describe to the parents, what the purpose of the IEP meeting is, the date, the time, and the location so that the parent is aware of what is going on, when it is taking place, and where exactly they need to be. The parent will also be informed of any of the titles and positions of the people in attendance who are also going to share information about that student. And the parents have the right to invite any other individual who have any type of expertise on that student as well. In some cases, parents will invite, if it gets to this point, they will invite attorneys and lawyers and things as such. And then the parents will be provided the goals and services for the student and who is going to provide those services, who is going to be who is helping the student, at any point during the day. So then just a few things to remember when we step back from this presentation, we think about special education. We know that special education is broad. We know there's a lot to it. At 18 years of age, students no longer need parental consent, but parents may still be invited to the meetings. Your child is always the most important thing. And then schools must notify the parents. We must notify them written, verbally, of any changes that may be being made with your student. And then the parents will always have the right to consent or refuse. And then as a team, as a school, we work as a team to give the student what they need most. I currently work in, this is for Great Bend USD 428, and we do not add any additional steps within our special education program. That doesn't follow the state guidelines or the laws. We do exactly what the guidelines and laws say, and we follow those procedures throughout. Here's some references I used during this presentation if you would like to report back and go back through and see if there is anything else you would like to read up on. Thank you for today.